Hi, it's Jen Hernandez in Northeast Pennsylvania, and I'm getting ready to tackle this Ultimate Reset, the 3-week, mostly plant-based cleanse that really just is like Insanity or P90X for your insides. So far, I've evicted 111 pounds the last 2 years and 3 months on my journey as a coach, and something that I personally find is that even though I have evicted 111 pounds, I still have toxins and environmental things, and I don't eat 100% all the time. So there are still things that come into my diet or come into my body, whether it's from taking a shower, from eating out at a party, or whether it's just from the fact that when you have a fat cell, it is always with you. It just gets bigger and smaller depending on what's in it. And when I was 111 pounds heavier, those toxins and preservatives and things that were in that big fat cell, when I'm shrinking my fat cells by evicting weight like I have been, now those toxins are coming back in and circulating through. So this reset is something that's great to do once a year. It truly resets and reclaims your body for yourself, kind of puts it like a back to factory setting, and just really, I love the feeling afterwards. So November last year was the first time that I tackled this program, and I wish I had some of these tips ahead of time, so I'm sharing them with you to help you set up for your best success. And if you're actually watching this video and you have not purchased this program yet, you're considering it, I highly recommend it. But number one, I highly recommend you do it with a buddy. And if you don't have a buddy doing this with you, get a coach, and that's what I do. So if you're not working with a coach, I would love to connect you to this program and the program that makes sense for you and be there with you for the journey. So I'm going to start with 5 tips to help you set yourself up for this week. There are 5 tips surrounding things that are part of the program, and I'm going to start with, they're all extremely important, but for me, one of the things is treat this like your all-to guide. You should have received your booklet, your program booklet. I'm going to highly recommend that either tonight or tomorrow morning you do your before pictures and measurements, then you put that scale away and focus on feeding yourself and feeding into yourself. But also make sure you do the This Is Me Now. You'll want to do those questions in your book because you will find so many great things that you didn't even realize if you do the questions before and after these 3 weeks. So make sure you do those questions. And also I want to draw your attention to the reset in a crunch. This is if you're not following the full different meals every day part of the program, you'll want to have that on hand so you can see it can be done very simply. I personally love taking the 21-day journey of food, and so many of these meals have now become something that I regularly go to and I enjoy, and they are so nutritious for you. So it's kind of fun experimenting in around. Speaking along the program and the food, if you're making the meals and you're like, I'm not too sure about this one, a little tip for you is when you're making one that you know sounds good, double up on it. So if you try that other one and you just can't do it, you have that double backup of the other meal. Another thing is if you want to swap and intermix meals, only do it for the week they're in. So week 1 meals can be swapped with week 1 meals, but do not take a week 1 meal into week 2 or week 3. You have to swap the week that it's in because each week those meals and foods are set up to do something specific. So that's my first tip, is having that book with you. The next tip is going to come around water. You may have, and you should have already noticed that distilled water is really, really important on this journey. So a few things that I want to help you with your water. You got your little mineralized guy. I actually very carefully removed the shaker part, and I start with a 1/4 teaspoon of the mineralize. Well, I'm not going to do it sitting in this awkward position. I'll do it at my table. But I put a 1/4 teaspoon of the mineralize in my gallon jug, and then I just give it a toss and a shake before I pour out my next water. So that's one way. Instead of using carrying the shaker around, that's one way I just carry my jug around. Also, if you want grab some extra jugs because you're going to want to make ice cubes. If you don't have an ice cube tray, you can use your containers, fill them up with just a little bit of water, and the ice will pop right out. Or if you have ice containers in there, they come in handy for adding to your water, because you don't want to add regular water into your distilled water. So you want to replace your ice cubes. And if you can, do all your cooking and everything with your distilled water. So you'll want to have a couple extra gallons. That is for the water. The other tip is set your first glass of water next to your bedstand. So in the morning, you're having a big glass of water to get your system and get everything moving. You can have that sitting right next to your bed so you can start drinking water as soon as you get up. And that'll just help wake everything up and get ready to start processing and moving, and you have it right at arm's length. My second tip is limes. Limes and or lemons. I prefer limes, but you cannot have too many of these. I know the shopping list says only a specific number, but you can't have too many because there are so many ways that these come in handy. So limes you can squeeze on any of your food. You can chop them up, add them to your distilled water. If you're having a hard time just drinking plain water, you can call a lime to save the day. Limes also come in handy with the power greens. So I am going to jump ahead to one of the parts of the plans. Power greens, so important. Some people really struggle with this. Some people love it. If you're someone who likes wheatgrass shots, or you've had a lot of earth smoothies that you've made yourself, this will be no big deal. It'll be like, oh, that tastes great. If you're not someone who's done a wheatgrass shot, or you're not someone who has a lot of earthy greens, this may be hard for you. You can do hard things. It is so good for you, and it's only 3 weeks, so you can do this. My tip for you is cold water. Little bit of water, just a little bit of water to your pouch, and squeeze some lime in it. If you need to squeeze some lime, or you could actually like pretend it's a shot, stir it up in a little bit of cold water, do a shot, and then suck on a lime. So that'll help you get through the greens part. So limes, can't have too many of them. Lemons as well if you prefer lemons. My next tip is going to be meal prep. So prepare yourself for dishes, especially if you're taking the 21-day journey with me like I am and following the meal plan as it is laid out for each of the 21 days. That way that you know it's coming. It's going to happen. I would recommend at least prepping out 3 days at a time, if not the whole week, but at least 3 days, because while you're going through this process, your body is going to be working hard, and some little things to expect. You're going to feel tired. Naps are okay as long as you can take them. Don't take them while you're driving or at work. But if you can pop out for a lunch break and sleep in the car for 20 minutes, or if you're at home and you can take a break, do not feel bad about that. Your body is doing serious work reclaiming itself, and that takes energy. Your organs are working on overhaul. One of the supplements that you're taking, Optimize, is actually helping your body pull all these nutrients out of the food. So even if you've been eating pretty healthy, this Optimize is going to help pull even more nutrients, and your body is going to be all excited and getting these things where they need to go. And that can be tiring. So it is okay to take naps. My fourth tip for you is to be committed. It's like pregnancy. I think Darren O'Lean said this. It's like pregnancy. You're either pregnant or you're not. There's not an in between. That's what your commitment should be. You're either committed to following this program through or you're not. My hope is that you invested in it. It's a financial chunk to purchase. I get that, but it is a great investment and it is so worth it. So I definitely say just keep pushing through. My final tip for you, I think I threw some of them in there, is that pay attention to what's going on around you and how you feel. Some people get emotional the first week. You're reclaiming your body. You're getting some things going on. You may get a little bit emotional. So maybe take some time for yourself. The yoga that comes with the program is absolutely a great time to dig in for that. You're not going to be exercising. This is not the time to tackle your Transform 20, your Shift Shop, or your P90X. Like, this is the time to tackle your mind and to tackle your health and your fitness in the sense of that baseline, your cells, and dig into yourself. Lean lean into those who are doing this with you. Lean into me. Like I said, if you're not working with a coach, let me know and I will help you get started. So you're going to want to do this with a buddy, and I'm going to give you a little more things of what to expect in week 1, so you have a few ideas of what to expect. So we went over your limes, your water. You're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of the Mineralize into your jugs, get it started. The other thing is, gosh, I set reminders on my alarm, and I carry this cheat sheet of the supplements in my bag with me each day, and I have every single one of my supplements. Now, if you work outside of the home like me, there may be a day that you might forget your supplements. That's okay. Do not throw away the program. Do not throw away your progress. Do not quit. You can still pass go. Like, this is not gonna take you out. If you happen to forget everything at home, it's okay. You can take any missed supplements 30 minutes after dinner. Not something that you want to do on a regular basis. So definitely when you're prepping your food for the next day, prep your supplements in a bag. I take it in a baggie. Some of the programs have a little cloth bag in there. Mine did not, but I know some did, so I'll call and ask about that. But I just fill my little baggie with my supplements, and I have it right there with me. But if you forget it, don't panic. You can still keep moving forward. You're still going to be putting some good food and things into your body. So, and the ice cubes in case you're having the shake alongside of it. Some things to expect, like I was saying a little bit, you may feel tired. Your body is going to ache, which may be strange because you're not working out. Particularly your lower back area may feel some pain. And so the reason is that's where your kidneys are. And your kidneys are detoxing and reclaiming your body. They're in overdrive, working and pushing things and getting things going. So all these things are happening in your body. And so you will feel some aches. You can start to maybe see some things happening in your skin. Don't worry. This is stuff like your body's reclaiming and pushing things through. If you have an addiction to caffeine or sugar and you did not get to step down your sugar or caffeine over the last few weeks, you may have a withdrawal headache. You may get some mild nausea or even nausea and headaches. The first 3 days is when that will come out. Get past those first 3 days. If you can, do your best to not take Excedrin or Tylenol. This is about reclaiming your body, getting rid of the junk, not putting more in. And those over-the-counter pills, they are putting junk in your body. So do your best. Drink a large glass of water, some unsweetened tea, some herbal teas. Like, do your best to push through, because when you get past that 3 days, you're going to have the most amazing light feeling. I cannot explain it any better than I felt like I was a balloon, and a balloon in a good way, like just floating. I felt like I was floating. I am so sincerely excited for everyone to have that feeling. So yes, truth bomb. Those first 3 days can be really hard. The first week can be really hard. It can be emotional. It can be physical. It can be tiring. That is okay. You can do hard things, and you're doing it for your better future. You're doing this to take control and to release some of that junk. Your body's going to thank you for this. So don't give in. Don't give up. Just keep going forward. Take a step back. This is where your mind-body connection like really pulls out strong. So if you have to, get out in nature, get some fresh air, take a little walk. Again, the yoga with the program, reach into our private group. You can do this. You can do hard things. You can do this. Okay, so the next thing I want you to pay attention to this first week is pay attention to the bathroom. And so little TMI, little like warning about some real truth bombs, but pay attention to the bathroom, because it's not going to be messy. It's not going to be gross. But it's going to be different. And I think you're going to find that it's going to be nice. You're going to be surprised, and it's going to be nice. That's all I'm going to say. So pay attention to what's going on in the bathroom when you go to the restroom, and see what happens over this next week. And then you'll see that things change and things are different, and guess what? That's how they're supposed to be. So definitely we'll talk a little bit more about that next week after you start seeing what I'm talking about. So pay attention to the restroom, and that's as much as I will leave it there. So I just want to make sure I covered all my tips for you. The water, the ice, the greens, the limes. You're going to get your meal prep. Be prepared for dishes. Just be prepared for it. And you know what? Sometimes you choose what you're bad at. So if doing dishes is what you're bad at the next 3 weeks, let the dishes pile up. Bribe a child. I don't know. like don't stress about it. Just as long as you have enough dishes to make your next food. Gonna be bad at the laundry this next 3 weeks. It'll be there for you. You know, choose what you're bad at. Choose to be good at finishing this program. You want to make sure that here's another great tip, ordering your groceries online. So I know some of the things, like if you've got some of the stuff and you don't already eat this way, you may have had to purchase some things that you didn't have. Guess what? The great thing is they last a really long time. So now you have some new things added to your kitchen arsenal. But especially to keep away from the temptation to get it done quicker, you can just take the back of that book, that grocery shopping list, plug it in online shopping, and go pick it up at the grocery store. And I recommend that for any week. You can save money by following a meal plan, and I offer my active members a weekly dietitian creative meal plan. So you can absolutely just take that shopping list in the back of the meal plans I give you every week, just like this reset meal plan, and you can just pop it through, order online, and then you don't have any of those extra things that happen to fall in your cart. Am I the only one that accidentally buys extra stuff? Maybe it's only me. But you can save some money at the grocery store doing that. You can also price compare, and even Walmart has online grocery shopping, and a lot of them offer it for free, especially for your first time, or they actually offer pickup for free in general just because they want to keep you coming to them, and some other coupons. So just pay attention to how you're feeling. If you are a blogger or a journaler, or you like to draw or do something creative, this is a great time to have a notebook set aside just for this journey. And if you're not, maybe you want to consider grabbing some crayons and a notebook, or a pen and a notebook, and just get ready to write some stuff down that comes to mind. There is no wrong way to do this other than quitting. So give it your all. Lean in when it gets hard. Ask questions when you're confused or concerned. And let us know the celebrations. We want to hear the wins too. So keep us posted. Remember, naps happen and it is okay. In fact, on the reset is encouraged. And get excited. Get excited about the next 3 weeks are going to bring, because you are going to feel amazing when you complete this program. You will be so proud of yourself. You will know that you've done something great for your body, and you will feel it. You will absolutely feel it, and you're going to walk a little differently. So I'm excited that you're having me on your journey with you, and let's do this.